Welcome back, everyone. Now, we all know the pandemic has had a huge impact on all industries, especially the dance industry. That's why today's special guest, Grammy Award recognized singer-songwriter who's worked with the likes of Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Stevie Wonder, just to name a few, has created some dance music uniting people around the world for global change. Dance Like I'm Losing My Mind premieres exclusively on the Rebecca Davi Show. So let's give a huge welcome to humanitarian, singer-songwriter, the founder of Music for Global Change, Skyler Jett, to the Rebecca Davi Show. How are you doing today, Skyler?
I'm feeling blessed with no stress.
Also, I love that.
How are you?
I'm doing great, busy and grateful, trying to stay focused during these times. But thanks for asking, Skyler. You're like the first person who's asked me that in a while.
Well, I mean, we all got feelings, right?
Yeah, it's true.
And
So true.
it's good to express as humans feelings, right?
100%. So now,
Yeah.
Skylar, I want to start off with your history because I know that you came from a musical background and your aunt was Teresa Gray and she used to travel with Sinatra, Bob Hope, Bing Crosby in the 40s, and your two uncles were also managers for jazz players.
Yeah, my uncle Arif was a promoter for Ike and Tina Turner
Okay,
back in the day,
amazing.
and he was a radio guy, you know. And then my other uncle Capus, he managed Bobby Hutcherson, Woody Shaw, Michael Carvin, Gene Carn, um, Norman Connors, Donald Byrd and the Blackbirds, right? And Bobby Humphrey.
Wow.
So when I was a kid, when they babysit me, they had to take me with them to rehearsals. so
Wow,
so I
that's incredible.
yeah, I'm like 10, 11 years old. I'm at these rehearsals with all these big stars, right, all the time, you know. And it kind of rubbed off on me. I was raised by three women
Yeah,
and my uncles and my brother. That's my only men figures, right?
yeah.
But the three women was my mom, my auntie, and my grandmother. They were all gospel singers, right? So I was raised singing. That's all I knew. I was going to church either singing or going out to do events, and I started actually doing it at 10 years old. Everywhere, right? And by the time I was 13, I was playing nightclubs, right? And it was strange because I couldn't be on the stage. Like we had three sets, right? And they were 45-minute sets. So 15 minutes, I wasn't allowed to be in the club
Goodness. Oh, because
because
you
I,
was underage.
I was underage. So I would go, I had to go sit in one of the guys' cars for 15 minutes. Then I come back and do my gig. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because when I was in junior high school, I was also on the basketball team, right? So that gig, like we go play some school like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm done by 7:30, and then I was going straight from there to my gig, getting home at 2 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? Yeah, 13, 14-year-old kid, right? So uh, I was an alcoholic by 14.
Skylar,
Yeah, because I
stop.
was playing in clubs. And those guys pouring me drinks and stuff like that. No,
Oh, goodness.
come look at the crazy kid because I used to jump on amplifiers all over the tables and all. You guys got to come see this kid. He shouldn't even be in the club. It was like it's crazy, right? But it was the most wonderful childhood to me because I've always known what I want to do. So
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
blessing in itself, right? It's to know
Amazing.
what you want to do and live it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Who would you say influenced you as an artist?
Well, well, because of my age,
Yeah.
I remember when the Vietnam War was here, right? And it was actually the young people that stopped that war with songs.
Mm,
If you look at the Woodstock, that festival, they all sang a song about stopping the war. And
yeah.
and I mean, in my town, these young people was getting in front of tanks. There was tanks coming down the street. They
Goodness.
stand in front of the tanks with peace signs, right? And I watched all that, but the story I always tell is a true one about Barry Gordy was the owner of Motown,
Yeah.
and he asked Marvin Gaye. He said, Marvin, what are you gonna do this time? What kind of record you gonna do? And Marvin, all them women going crazy over Marvin singing them love songs, right? And so he said, you know, I gotta say something about this war. I gotta tell people what's going on.
Love that.
And that's where that title came from. That record's been out 45 years and it's bigger than every love song he ever wrote,
Yeah.
right? And it helped stop that war. Then you had my other mentor was John Lennon, because I tell a story about when he was with the Beatles,
Yeah.
right? and you know, he wasn't getting a lot of attention because of Paul, because the girls love Paul, right? And so, but he was writing a lot of those songs, you know, and it wasn't until he wrote Imagine,
Mm.
that's when everybody knew who he was. Well, that's social conscious too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then and Bob Marley sang love songs at first until he started writing songs about the struggle,
Yeah.
and that's what took him over the top. And then U2, they do kind of some of their songs is you know, conscious, and Curtis Mayfield. I have mentors, so I have that's what music for global change is about,
Yeah.
is using music as a tool to heal, educate, and solve problems. You know, I sang with a lot of icons, even from here, and I'm in the UK. You know, Tom Jones and Elton John and you know, Sting and Steve Winwood. You know what I mean? So that's just from this country, right? But you said something about 200 records. I've been on 2,500 records,
2,500. Oh, whoa.
right?
That is amazing. 2,500.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know, but you got to look at my age too. You know, and that's before. Like I started doing records probably around 19 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I was already singing in clubs at 13. But the thing about it is like I just on all kind of records, and you know, it's been wonderful. I had a guy talk about doing a movie about my life because, you know, I'm a single parent child, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And to be in 36 countries, and you know, you don't do that with money. You know what I mean? So money doesn't make you move. You make you move, right?
That's so, so true. I really love that, what you just said, Skylar. Money doesn't make you move. You make you move. And
That's
I
right.
feel like that's what's holding back a lot of people. They feel like they need money to become successful, but it's your talent, it's your hunger, your want to succeed that will drive you and take you to where you need to be.
I can prove that money doesn't move, right? So if you and I and Zach uh, were sitting there building and one of those Brinks trucks, you know, the money trucks from at the
Yeah,
bank.
yeah,
So they drive up and they go, "Hey guys, where do you want to put the money at?" And I go, "Put it over in the corner there, right?" And you and I, Zach, we sitting there and we'll be there for a month, and that money never moved.
mm,
It's in the corner. We sitting there, we waiting for it to move. It ain't moving, right? It's either going to take you or Zach or myself to go get the money and pass it to
that's
the other
true.
person. Now, who made it move?
That's so, so true. Oh, I'm buzzing, buzzing. You're making me buzz with music for global change. Also, I know that you're trying to put an end to racism, to discrimination, to the whole image and having to look and act a certain way. Can you tell the viewers more about that?
Music is not for somebody, it's for everybody.
Yeah.
Even if you put it in genres, that's for somebody. Like
Mm.
if you hear a musician, there's 12 notes, right? From Bach to rock, right? And so it doesn't matter what genre it is, right? It's still those 12 notes. So you could do R&B and jazz and reggae. It's still 12 notes, right?
Mm.
Any genre that you do, which means, see, I don't want some young person to hear country music
Mm.
and then go, "Oh, I love that. I want to do country music." And their parents go, "No, you can't do country music." Why? Because you're black.
Mm.
They won't let you get in. I want to do rock. No, you black. Now, black people don't do that to white people because you got New Kids on the Block. You got a bunch
Mm.
of, they go support, but the other way around is wrong, right? If we see a little, the kid goes, "I want to do that." Well, you're supposed to help them.
Yeah, that's it.
Just help them. Just, you know,
Yeah.
with anything, just help them, right? I would say this because my mom said this to me, and it's really important to know. Uh, we didn't have any money because she
Mm.
raised all of us by herself, right? So she's peanut. We living off government money, right? And you only get so much at the end of the month, and you got to budget all that kind of stuff like that. But my mom would still, she hated kids. She hated to see kids coming home from school because they get off at 3 o'clock, right? Their
Yeah.
parents ain't gonna really get home. If they got off at 5, some of them ain't gonna get home to 6,
Oh,
right?
goodness, yeah.
So my mom used to hate that these kids would look at, they hungry. They just got out of school. And my mom would break off some bread to them too.
Wow.
All the kids in the neighborhood, my mom would fix stuff on the porch and give it away to people and stuff like that, right? And I say, Mom, this is great. Because some of the people didn't even like me.
Yes.
I'm fighting with them at school. Mom, what? Yeah, your mama just gave me them great tacos. What the hell? What? So, but the crazy thing is, it's like, and I asked my mom, I said, what's going on? She said, baby, just because we ain't got money doesn't mean we can't help.
That is so powerful.
So I live my life by that. And look, there's a whole lot of people got billions of dollars. They don't help nobody.
And speaking of helping people, I know one of the projects that you're currently working on is with the Danish singer-songwriter, the guitarist and amazing bass player, because I've heard his music, Zac Williams.
Nice to be here.
How are you doing? How are you doing? Look at all of those. I really admire all of those guitars.
Yeah. My dad, he builds instruments. So I've been surrounded by instruments since I was born. So I got exposed at an early age for sure.
What I love is that you've created Dance Like I'm Losing My Mind to actually acknowledge dancers, which really focuses and it brings people together from around the world. How did you come up with it?
Well, the string line in the band, in the song, is from 17 years ago. I wrote a song for a film about natural childbirth, right, in the Russian Black Sea, and women were giving birth there, and my wife was involved in the film, and so I got to write this classical tune. I had a guy from Pakistan playing, real strings, and then my buddy Sylvester played strings, and we kind of blended them together on this melody that I had, right? And it's crazy because I always thought that song could be a dance tune, just a string line alone, because they had some songs with just strings back in the day with dance tune, right? And I say, and then if I put a little funk on it, in a little spot, then we could be rocking, right? So I got in touch with a friend of mine up in Canada, and I said, I got this beat, and I put the beat down. And I said, if we put this string line with the beat, but he couldn't play the string, he wasn't playing the string line. So then I was talking to Zac, and I said, and I saw a keyboard behind Zac, right? And I go, hey Zac, can you? I sent him the song. I said, can you play this string line, right, to this beat? And he did, right? Then I said, well, that's great, man. That's great. So now I go put a little bass line. He said, bass, right? And so, I got a little bass line. So I sang him some of the bass line, right? But I thought he was going to play bass on the keyboards because no, Zac grabbed for the bass up here on the wall, brought it down and played that part. And he sounded like somebody from my hometown, Oakland, right? So then he said, what else you gonna put on? I said, well, I got to put a little keyboard on, and I'll call you back in 15 minutes.
Wow. Zac!
Wait a minute, hold on. You don't even know this guy. So the next thing you know, he said, need some guitar on there? He started playing his guitar. Now I sang a couple of lines because the bass, this one bass line changes the thing in the funk part. It's one note, but he funked it up, right? And so the next thing you know, I for a while I was going on, and then he called me back, and he played. I thought he played. My wife and I was trying to figure, is that harmonica on keyboards? No, Zac played the harmonica like Stevie, right? No, there's something wrong with him. So anyway, the next thing I know, he did a solo on there. But Zac's 27. What do you know about scatting, right? Scatting is the old Ella Fitzgerald and those kind of people like that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I just hung out with George Benson. He came here, right? And a friend of mine introduced me to him. That his dad knew George Benson. And he when he came to England, he took me to meet George, right? And I get in there, come to find out George and I had been working with a lot of the same people, Al Jarreau, all kind of people. And said, but But the crazy thing is, Zac's doing a scat like George Benson. And I'm going, this is before your age, man. How do you even know anything like that? And he just said that he was raised with it, right?
Yeah.
So here you got a 65-year-old man, 27-year-old young man, right? Music has no age.
Right.
There's no age. There's no color. There's nothing. See, the thing about it, music is emotion, right?
Yeah.
All it has to do is feel good. You don't care. You call it anything you want to. If it feels good to me, I don't care what you call it.
That's true.
So then I had this idea, I said, when I looked at Oprah Winfrey, and she had Pharrell on her show.
Yeah.
And there's a show on there where she's telling him about Happy. She showed him all these people around the world dancing to Happy, right? And then I said, what if we do that with Dance Like I'm Losing My Mind?
Amazing.
Right? So I called a friend of mine. I say, Zac, let's try to find as many people as we can, right? Zac started reaching out. He got a lot of people in there. And I called a friend of mine. She's a choreographer in Hollywood for a lot of the videos and stuff, everything, right? So getting all these people together. I called my buddy over in Ghana. Zac got some girls from Venezuela, and we just start putting all these people together, and there it is. We got a little video. It's a story within itself, right?
Seriously,
and so I said, I want to dedicate this song to all the dancers that can't get out. I'm not talking about the people that dance for real, for a living, right? But there's people out there in working a job, and when they get off work, that's their release.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, United Dancers around the world, you're about to hear this exclusively on the Rebecca Davi Show. This is Skyler Jett with Zac Williams with Dance Like I'm Losing My Mind.
I'm gonna dance like I'm losing my mind. I'm gonna dance like I'm losing my mind. Clear some space on the floor so my body can explore. It's my favorite way to unwind. I'm gonna dance like I'm losing my mind. Watch me get my groove on. Come dance with me. I'm the new king of choreography. Like an eagle I can soar. Watch me glide across the floor, using all of my energy. I'm gonna dance like I'm losing my mind.